The key to a successful leadership is influence, not authority. Hey ladies and gentlemen, Atharva this side and welcome back to another video on interview experience sharing. The thought which I quoted in the very beginning of this video is by Ted Blinkard, who is an American author, business consultant and a motivational speaker as well. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you all my WAT-GD-PI experience at TAPMI 2025. So stay tuned till the end. This video will be in 3 parts. In the first part, I'll walk you through the entire application process of TAPMI 2025. Then in the second part, I'll brief you about my profile. And finally, in the third part, I'll share with you all my detailed WAT-GD-PI experience at TAPMI 2025. So without wasting much time, let's begin. So first, speaking about the online application process followed at TAPMI. TAPMI follows a common online application process for all its programs. While filling up the online application form itself, we have to give our program preferences, and based on our entrance exam scores, we are shortlisted for the respective programs. So in my case, I had applied online for TAPMI on 21st December 2024, and I had applied for 2 programs, that is its MBA core program and MBA HRM program, and I was shortlisted for both the programs, and I got the shortlist email on 10th February 2025, and I got my WAT-GD-PI details on 13th February 2025 via email itself, and my WAT-GD-PI was scheduled for 25th February 2025 in Mumbai. Since I'm from Pune, my first preference for the WAT-GD-PI center was Mumbai, and hence I've been allocated the Mumbai center, and the venue was Subha International, which is a 4-star hotel in Andheri East, Mumbai. My reporting time was 7:30 AM in the morning. Now coming to my profile, I hail from Pune, Maharashtra. My profile is 989, NCOBC category, engineer, and a fresher with a gap of 3 years. My CAT 2024 overall percentile is 86.67. My NMAT 2024 score is 214. And my ZAT 2025 overall percentile is 89.46. Now coming to my actual WAT-GD-PI experience at TAPMI 2025. Since I am from Pune, I had to travel to Mumbai for my WAT-GD-PI. So since I had my PI for the first School of Management on 23rd February 2025, so I traveled to Mumbai on 22nd February 2025 in the evening, and I stayed there till the completion of my WAT-GD-PI for TAPMI. I had booked Zostel, Mumbai, which is in Andheri East. So it took around 15 minutes for me to commute from the Zostel to my WAT-GD-PI venue, which was Subha International. My reporting time was 7:30 AM and I had reached about 7:25 AM. Since I was feeling a little bit hungry, so I decided to have my breakfast outside there itself and then enter the venue. So I entered the venue at around 7:50 AM and we had to report in the waiting room, which was in the basement 1, that is B1 floor. So in the waiting room, the document verification process had already begun. So as soon as I entered the waiting room, I got done with my document verification process. The document verification process was conducted by 3 faculty members who were from the admissions committee itself. So during our document verification, we were asked for the printout of our online application form, our scorecards, that is CAT, ZAT and MAT, 10th mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, graduation mark sheets of all semesters, and work-ex if any. So they returned the other original documents, but they kept our application form and our scorecards with them. So after everyone's document verification was done, one of the faculty members briefed us about TAPMI and what all process was going to be followed that day, and he also introduced us to the other faculty members of TAPMI. Then after that, we were divided into 3 groups, group 1, group 2, group 3, 12 candidates each for the WAT-GD process, which was going to take place on the same floor, and there were different rooms for WAT-GD. I was in group 1, so group 1 and group 2 had their WAT-GD first, they were taken to two different conference rooms for their WAT-GD. In the conference rooms, we were made to sit around a conference table as per our serial numbers mentioned in the list. The serial numbers were also displayed in front of us on the table. So there were two faculty members, one male and the other female. The male was in his 40s and the female was in her 60s. So they first instructed about the entire WAT-GD process, and then they provided us with the WAT sheet and a notepad for rough work. So on the WAT sheet, we had to write our name, application number, and the WAT topic. The topic for WAT and GD was the same, that is, our reality shows scripted and misleading. So we had 2 minutes to think on the topic and 10 minutes to write. So during the 2 minutes, we noted down bullet points about the topic on the notepad which was provided for us for the rough work. So at the end of the first 2 minutes, they asked us to start writing, and at the end of the next 10 minutes, they asked us to stop writing. After the end of the next 10 minutes, they collected our WAT sheets and immediately instructed us to begin with our GD, which was in the same topic, that is, our reality shows scripted and misleading. Our GD was allowed for about 12 minutes. When the last 1 minute was remaining, the faculties informed us to conclude the GD. So yes, I must say that it was a fair GD, since everyone got a chance to express their opinion in the GD, and it was not at all a fish market, which usually happens in a GD. There were quite a few people who were not even trying to express their opinion. So during our GD itself, we urged them to express their opinions, and this is how every one of us got a fair chance to express our opinion in the GD, and our GD concluded well. So after our GD, we were provided with panel numbers for our PI, and we had to go on the first floor for our PIs. Mine was panel 3, which consisted of 2 members, one male and the other female. The male was in his 50s and the female was in her 40s. Actually, the female member was identical to a famous Marathi singer, Vaishali Mahade. So if anyone of you knows her, do comment in the comment box. So the female member called out my name and I entered the PI room and I greeted both the panelists. Since I was sweating very badly due to the humidity of Mumbai and the ACs of the PI room were also switched off, the male panelist felt that I was nervous. So he said that, "Atharva, it seems you are nervous. Have a big smile on your face and let us know about your life story so far." So I continued with my life story. So he also praised for my academic achievements. Then, since I had mentioned about I being selected for Kaun Banega Crorepati, that is KBC season 12, and I playing drums for the Bollywood music industry and performing at the pre-wedding ceremony of Mr. Anant Mukesh Ambani, so he was a little bit curious to know more about it in detail. So I gave him the required details. Then he asked me how you started your journey in music. So I answered him as well. Then the female panelist took over. The female panelist was a tough nut to crack. First, she asked me about my gap years. Then I told her about my UPSC CAC preparation. Then she asked me the why MBA question. While answering this question, I had mentioned about leadership. So she further went on to say that, "Atharva, you can be a leader in any field. There's no need for you to pursue a degree in MBA and be a leader in the corporate world only. You are so passionate about music, so why don't you convert your passion for music into your profession and be a leader there? Shall I assume that there are very less chances of succeeding in the Bollywood industry and hence you are here to pursue a degree in MBA?" With a cool mind, I gave a very smart and balanced answer to this question. Although she was not convinced by my answer, but I personally felt satisfied with my answer. Then she threw another bomb at me. She said, "Atharva, first you tried your luck in music, then you tried your luck in UPSC CAC, and now you're trying your luck in MBA. I want to ask you, why so confused? What you actually want to do in your life?" So again, without getting offended, I answered this question smartly. Again, she was not convinced by my answer, but I personally felt satisfied by my answer. Then she went on to ask me about my program preferences. In my application form, I had mentioned MBA Core as my first preference and MBA HRM as my second preference. Then she said, why MBA HRM? Further, she also said that, Atharva, since I am from a finance background, I consider finance to be the most important pillar for any organization. So, could you convince me that HRM is the most important pillar for any organization? So, again, it was very difficult to convince her, but I gave my best. Then, her last question was, Atharva, where do you see yourself 5 years down the line? So, I answered her question, and then the male panelist took over. He said, Atharva, since you are an engineer, you might be good at drawing graphs. So I said yes. So he asked me to plot a graph of recall percent versus time, that is time to be plotted on the x-axis and recall percent to be plotted on y-axis. Actually, the graph was all about, like for example, you learn a concept today, and as time passes, your retention of that particular concept goes on decreasing. So what is the recall percent after a few days? So the graph was all about this. So in my first attempt, I had drawn the graph incorrect, but I corrected it in my second attempt. But actually he was searching for one particular term in the graph, which I was unable to tell. So he said it's okay. Then finally he asked me that, Atharva, what are the roles of an HRM professional? So I answered this as well, and then he said that, Atharva, your interview is over, you are free to leave now. But the female panelist interrupted here, and she said that, do you have any questions for us? Then I said, if you had to give any advice to Atharva, who is going to be a first year MBA student 2-3 months down the line, then what would it be? So yes, they gave beautiful suggestions, and then I said, thank you so much sir, thank you so much ma'am, it was very nice talking to you, and I left the PI room. Then I left the venue at around 10:30 a.m. I must say this was a bit tricky PI for me till date. Nevertheless, if I had to rate my WAT-GD-PI experience at TAPMI 2025, then I would rate it 3 on a scale of 5. So guys, see you in the next video with another interview experience of mine. Till then, do like and share my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because you all very well know that प्यार बांटने से बढ़ता है. Thank you.